Hello Night family, hope you're doing well. Wanted to give you some good directions for the next step of this process and building relationships with each other on staff. So the activity that I had you do earlier, hopefully you've gotten to see this page. Either you've printed it out and you've written on it, or you've made a copy of this document and you've typed your answers in. Either one is fine. But hopefully at this point you've interviewed your partner on your team that you've been assigned. And you've had some good discussions and you've kind of got answers for these. So what we're going to do this for the second step here is we're going to do an activity that I use a lot with students in my classroom, but we're going to tweak it just a little bit for our purposes here for professional development. So here's what I'd like for you to do. We're actually going to write 6-word memoirs for our partners. Now a lot of times I'll have students do this for themselves or for characters in a book, all kinds of ways to use this. You can see me later about that. But here's what you're going to do. We're going to write a 6-word memoir, and if you've never used a 6-word memoir, here's the legend behind it. Ernest Hemingway, famous American writer, was challenged by one of his colleagues. His colleague bet him, they were probably in a bar, but his colleague bet him that he couldn't write a good story in 6 words. This was Hemingway's response. He came up with this. This was his 6-word memoir. And so, as you can see, this tells a very clear story. There's lots of details left out. There's a lot left to your imagination. But we get the gist of what kind of story this is from the 6 words that he wrote. For sale, baby shoes, never worn. So let's go back to what we're going to do. You've got this document here that you filled out for your partner. And what you're actually going to do is you are going to write a 6-word memoir for your partner based on what you've learned about them from this interview. And so I've got a document for you that you should be able to grab, and it looks, let's see, it looks like this. Let's see, well, there it is. It looks like this. Let's get it over here where you can see it. It looks like this. Now you can print this off. There's a link to this in 3D Game Lab. Or I've actually printed a whole bunch of them off for you, and I've got them on a bulletin board outside my office, which is 1615. So you're going to take one of these sheets and you're going to write out a 6-word memoir for your partner. Bonus points if you can work in their superhero super strength, maybe a reference to their superhero talents. But you're going to write only 6 words. But your 6 words have to describe your partner in a way that we get to know them better. Once you've done this, what you're going to do is you're going to take your slip. There's obviously 2 on this piece of paper here. You're going to take your slip and you're going to bring it to the bulletin board outside my office. Again, that's 1615, right in the Commons area. There's a big black bulletin board there. There's a stapler in my office. I'll try to have one sitting out. And you're going to post your 6-word memoir for your partner on the board. Make sure their name is on it right here in the namespace, and your name's up here on the reporter. And we're going to have all of these on display. That's pretty simple. It's pretty low tech. Enjoy it while it lasts. And I can't wait to meet you guys. Please do stick your head into my office and say hello. Can't wait to meet you guys. We're going to have a great week. Thanks.